Just a follow-up to our new chicken tractor build. Kevin was noticing today how clean these meat birds are compared to the ones that we've raised in the past, because these are covered from the rain, and even though they've been in this patch and cleaned out every bit of green underneath them this week, haven't been able to move them for a week yet, but still they as birds are quite clean. We used to raise mud chickens or something like that in the past. They were so filthy when they got rained on and made big mud piles to live in. So having this roof over it seems to have made a big difference. The quality of their feathers and just how they look. We're pleased with that. Okay, it's moving day for these Cornish cross meat birds. Our rope is not real sturdy over here, so we're wondering if it's going to last another move.
It just popped.
Oh, it just popped? Definitely moving to greener pastures over here. They have totally wiped out all the grass that was under them. You can see that difference from the edge of where they were. Now we've got some tall grass for them, but I'm thinking they're going to be through with this new grass in just a day or two.
How's that look?
Looks good to me. We could go a little bit further to the north there and try to catch that tall stuff. Do you want me to pick up one end of it and help slide it over? I guess this is a good thing about it.
It opens from this side.
Okay. About this being, the good thing about this being sort of a lightweight contraption is he can pick it up and move it.
That's good.
This almost looks like a comedy show. It's Carol's fault that I wanted to move the goat fence just a little bit further out and give them just a little bit more room. Yes. And also to use up just this little piece of fencing that we had. So this is what it looks like when Kevin wrangles fence posts that are already attached.
Yes, it's Carol's fault.
There you go. Make that known. Now we're refastening this new wire to the old posts. See if we can make this a good neighborhood for the goats. Crazy thing is, they're already trying out their new digs, even though we don't have the fence up. They could explore anywhere over 5 acres, and they choose right here where Kevin is. They love him. The problem we run into with this digging process in this area is that with all of these trees, no matter where you put your post hole diggers, you run into roots. The only possible solution is to hope that you get a small root that you can pierce with the post hole diggers. Looks like he broke through one in this one, so maybe a little bit deeper. What you need, a couple of inches?
Yeah, not too much. Should be okay now. Trying to get it where the wire's on the ground. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're there.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing.
We'll leave it. That's it then.
Okay. One more to do, and then we've got to do some fastening of wire. I would say this project was successful in 2 ways. I got rid of that roll of wire that was just in the way, and we bought the goats, I don't know, maybe 6 feet or so by 15 feet of extra stuff. You can tell where the green stuff is. That's the new area, and then the rest of it, they have cleared of anything green almost, so they enjoy nibbling on the ground cover. So it'll give them something new to eat for a couple of days until they clear this out again. But gave them a little more space, and I got rid of that roll of wire that's been bugging me. The chicks are all settled in on their new home. Looks like they dumped over one of their water bottles. But they still got one with some water in it, so they should be good. They've got feed left from last night and just chilling out here in the shade today. I like it. I really like it because these came from the eggs that we fertilized. Well, we didn't fertilize. These came from the eggs that were fertilized by our chickens and roosters, or hens and roosters. So this is sustainability in action. We are planning to get Idaho pasture pigs, hopefully in about a month from now. This is the first week of May, and we're hoping that they will be ready for us to bring to our homestead the first week of June. So we are clearing this area. It's actually beyond the high tunnel. Let me swing you around. Here's the high tunnel, and this is the area to the west of the high tunnel. We had built this little temporary building a while back, and now we are going to have to repurpose it, or hopefully someday we'll be able to afford a nice shelter. But for now, this will be the shelter out here, and we are going to mow some of this grass and chop down some of these big old lumps of, I don't know, vegetation. There's the word for it. Anyway, try to get this to find out if this is going to have enough grass for them to feed off of. So one of our little projects today, see what we can do about this. I think when the rainy season comes upon us, this is really going to green up out here. Right now, we haven't had enough rain to really make this into green grass. This area here has been mowed fairly recently, and it also gets shade from the high tunnel in the morning, so I think that's why it's a little bit greener than some of these other areas. Just amazes me how mowing an area can improve the looks of it so much. Doesn't this pathway through the woods look inviting? I just love the looks of that. You got it all trimmed up so nice. I'm loving it. I love a path through the woods. It's just so inviting. Good job, Kevin. Here's another fun task that we're needing to do. We have cactus plants growing up all over the place out here. So while I'm mowing and Kevin's mowing, we gotta get rid of these. I tell you what, even the roots of those have little prickles on them. So anyway, those cactus surprise us. So this is the time to get it when you see them. And this mowing is making them a lot more obvious. Okay, this big old one we couldn't see, but now we spotted it. So he will be pulled up, dug up also. You have to be so careful. Even the roots, if you lay them down on dirt someplace, then they reroot and grow in definitely a place where you didn't want them. So we're having to dispose of these in the burn barrel or something like, oh, it already got him. Not good.
Spikes on this thing.
Yeah. Look at the spikes on this cactus that he just dug up. That is fierce looking. Even if you walk near it, it's going to get you.
Yeah, they'll get your legs too.
Uh-huh. We set up the temporary posts for where we think we might be putting our new Idaho pasture pigs. So it is so hard to judge or gauge distances on a large piece of property like this. So what is laid out here is approximately 25 feet wide, the angle of this shot, and then about 60 feet deep towards the road there. And then we went out a little bit further on this side. There is a lower area straight ahead there with, well, I guess you could say it's in front of those trees. It was cut as a ditch by people long before we bought the property. So it's a little bit lower there, and it also tends to hold water. So we're thinking that would be a good area for them to have a wallow. So that's why we extended it further in that direction. So anyway, this gives us a picture in our mind, a little bit more that we can grab a hold of to see how this would work. The good thing about using the electric wire or rope is that we don't have to go in a rectangle or any particular structure. We can expand this all in this direction towards the high tunnel, and we've got a lot of area that we can go behind this little building, and we can extend them down. We haven't mowed this yet, but they can go way down this area and to the back side of the building. So there's lots of space depending on how quickly they eat up the grass or how quickly the grass grows at any particular season. So as you can see, we've got water very close here that we can just bring on down to the pig area so that they can have water and their wallows. Well, here's the newest story. Little naughty Miss Tootsie that you see here, the black and white one, has learned how to get out through this gate. So we found another gate the same width that we had pulled off another pen another time. There's a lot of anothers in here. So anyway, we're going to add this to the top of the other gate, and that will give just enough height that she can't escape. Because when we got here yesterday afternoon, she was just out wandering around making her little goat noises. We don't have any idea how long she's been doing that, so she needs to be in a safe place. So I will help hold the other end of this, and Kevin can screw it together. Okay, here's the naughty Tootsie, and here's her repaired door. Goes all the way up here, taller than Kevin's head. I don't think she's going to be climbing over this. She back up and get a running jump, and she had figured out a way to climb that door. So, oh well, we already had this ready, so it's a good use for it. We have needed to trim our goats' hooves for a long time and just never took the time to do it. Kevin says it's a two-person job, and so today we did it. Gabby here getting all the loving. She did great. Tootsie screamed bloody murder like we were cutting her feet off. So anyway, it's done, and we're very glad. Now they will be healthier in the future.